screen and configure the desktop to be a little bit bigger here. But basically what we want to do here is first off ensure that we do have our wireless adapter connected. We can do that by going to VM, removable devices, and make sure our wireless adapter is shown here. Generally it'll default to your wired connection if you have it enabled, so make sure you don't have that enabled. Make sure it's disconnected if it is connected, and locate your wireless adapter and make sure it's connected. Right now mine's connected, but if it's not, just select connect and it should connect it for you. Back in here in our Linux distro, we can go ahead and select the terminal or access the shell terminal, and that'll be the little black button in the bottom left hand corner, second over. And this is our shell console, and in here we want to go ahead and type in the airmon -ng and press enter. And what this will do is it'll show our adapter name, the interface, which is WLAN 0 in my case, and generally that's a default, but you may have some it listed as something else. But anyways, from this point forward, we want to go ahead and type in, it's going to be aero-ng, followed by the name of our device, which will be WLAN 0 in this case, and hit enter. And this should populate with some available networks here, so we're just going to give it a moment while it locates networks around us. Okay, now we see it's starting to populate here. It's best I find it best to give it about 30 you'll see the elapsed time frame right here, but give it about 30 seconds to populate everything, get the beacons and so forth just right. So let this run for a bit. And while this is running, I'll go ahead and explain what everything is here. BSSID, that will be the MAC address of the access point, basically their router. PWR is basically the signal strength. Beacons is beacon frames received. More beacons, the better the signal quality, so we want one with a higher beacon number preferably. And let's see. Data would be the number of data frames received. Channel here, this is the channel the access point is operating on. This here is basically the speed of the access point. ENC would be the encryption method. We're looking for WEP encryption. Over here, this is going to be the name of the network. My network's up at top, the Elites network, and that's WPA2. But we're locating WEP encryptions. So right now, our best option is looking like it's going to be the R house network, the RHO. So I guess that's our house. And right now we see it has pretty good signal strength. It's 48. Anything above 20, 15, 20 should be. You should have pretty good luck with. A lot of beacons too. So we're going to go ahead and stop this. You can press Control C to stop that, and you'll be back to a terminal command you can enter in. And so basically we're going to single out this network right here. So the R house network, and you notice it is WP encryption and it has good signal strength and so forth, so we should have some pretty good success with this. Now we want to go ahead and enter in a command that will basically capture packets from the specified device. And it's going to write IVs, which would be initialization vectors, to the document we specify. So we go in and type in air-o-dump, which is AIRODUMP, -ng space -w, which is the right command. And we're going to name the document passcode in this instance, space --BSSID space, and then the access point address we want to capture packets from, which will be the R house. So we're going to go ahead and highlight this and copy it and input it there and paste. And then we also want to go to space -c to specify the channel, and the channel is going to be 6, so we can see that CH, and it's going to be 6 right here. So go ahead and input 6 right there, and then specify the adapter you're working on, which is WLAN 0. So you have all the information typed in, just hit enter, and you'll see here that it's starting to receive data. So what we want to do now that we have over 20,000 data packets is we can go open up another shell console, and you can do that just by clicking down here. And with the new shell console, go ahead and type in, you should already be in the directory here. Just type in dir, and I'll show the documents in that directory, because sometimes it likes to rename them on you. So we're going to go ahead and I guess passcode 02 probably our latest document. So let's go ahead and access that document and see if we can retrieve that key. So we're going to type in aircrack ng, that's the command, space minus or -a, and that's going to set the mode. For WP, the mode is going to be 1, so we're going to do space 1, space WB, which is, this is going to specify the network we want to crack, which will be the this address right here, which we should still have copied. There we go. That's the MAC address of the access point. So go ahead and put that in, and then space. And from here, we want to specify the document we wrote all the IVs to, which should be this one right here. That's the latest. Should be a .cap file. So I'll go ahead and paste that. And from here, we're going to hit enter. And what this should do, this will crack the document for us and give us the key we need. Alright, here we go. It says it decrypted correctly 100%, and here's the key. So this right here is going to be the WEP key we need to get into the network. So to test this out, let's go ahead and open up a notepad document here. Once we have our notepad document open, this is basically where it differs on which path you're using. If you're using a Linux OS, you just proceed as normal, use this key found to basically get into the network. But if you're using Windows, like most of you are going to be using anyways, we want to go and copy this down to our local system's notepad. So let's copy down the key, which here will be 84, and let's go ahead and leave out the semicolons. It's going to be 84 F4 3C 903A. That should be our WEP key. So from here, we can go ahead and test out the connection to the network. We can just go to Control Panel, and then Network and Sharing. Manage Networks. Oh, actually, what we first need to do is we need to close out of this connection because it's using our wireless adapter. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. Just exit out, power off. Okay. Okay, now that we've went ahead and closed out of our virtualized OS, we're going to go ahead and check our wireless adapter, which is shown here now, and it's not connected. We're not connected to any network. So we can go ahead and proceed in connecting. If we hit connect, we'll see the network is my network right there, and there's the network we cracked. Now before connecting, you may want to take some precautionary steps, like changing your MAC address, changing your IP address, and computer name. To change your computer name, you can just go to your system properties here. It'll be a little different in Vista. And change settings, basically system properties, and here you can specify to change computer name, and you can change it there. I'm going to leave mine alone. I'm not too worried about it, so I'm going to leave mine as is. Also, as far as MAC address, every NIC card has a MAC address already imprinted onto it, every network device for that matter. And you can't actually change the physical MAC address, but you can change registry values that spoof your MAC address, basically give off a false MAC address. And that's good because sometimes people keep logs in their routers. Generally they don't, no one worries about it, but if you want to be extra cautious, it's best to go in and do it anyways. And it shouldn't affect you at all. All it'll do is it'll disable your device and then re-enable it. But I have a MAC address changer.exe. I'll go and link download to it in the description. And from here you can specify which adapter you want to change your MAC address for. I'm going to go and do it for my wireless. And from here you can just alter the values. I usually just 1-up mine, so rather than 1C it'll be 1D, 19. See, just mix it up a little bit. It's best to copy it down, but you can always reset as well. And from here, just change it. It'll disable and re-enable your device. You can proceed from there. I'm not too worried about that neither, so I'm going to leave mine as is since it's just temporary. Alright, and basically now from this point, we can go ahead and connect to the network. There's our house, and we see it's security enabled, WEP encrypted. So we're going to try to connect here. And let's go ahead and copy down the WEP key we cracked and enter in here. And you'll see there's our key we cracked. And let's go ahead and try to connect. And right now it's trying to connect to the R house with that the key we provided, and it went successfully. So that is a successful crack there. So we can uncheck these, close, and we are now connected to the R house private network. And from this point forward, you can actually see here. You can actually view all the computers on the network. You can access the computers directly if you know how. There's certain steps you can take to actually put files on their computer, not only in their shared files, but get into the system itself, view their shared files, speak directly with the computer's net sends, shutdowns. You can access their router as well. There's lots of things you can do. But basically we are in their network now, so if you ever need free wireless, this is one method to choose, or if you just want to get in your friend's